Hello, my dear friends. Today, I want to share a captivating story about one of the most discussed and enigmatic figures of our time, Russian President Vladimir Putin. This is the journey of a boy from a humble beginning, through his days of service as a soldier, to becoming one of the world's most influential leaders. This story is written simply, ensuring everyone can understand it. It is structured like a tale you'd read for enjoyment or curiosity, but at its heart lies the true account of an extraordinary life. Let us embark on this journey and delve into the life of Vladimir Putin, exploring how his ambition, resilience, and strategic mind shaped his path to power. The boy from Leningrad. It was a chilly morning in October 1952 when Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin was born in the city of Leningrad, now known as Saint Petersburg. His family lived in a modest communal apartment, a far cry from the grandeur he would one day command. Life in post-war Leningrad was not easy. Food was scarce, and the scars of World War II lingered everywhere. Young Vladimir, or Vova as his family called him, was a spirited boy. He often played rough with his friends and had a knack for getting into trouble. But beneath this mischievous exterior lay a fierce determination. He wanted to be more than just another boy from the crowded streets of Leningrad. He dreamed of power, respect, and adventure. The spark of ambition. Putin's first taste of discipline came from an unlikely source: judo. At the age of 12, he joined a local judo club, where he discovered his passion for martial arts. Through judo, he learned the importance of strategy, control, and strength. These lessons would later become pivotal in his political career. As a teenager, Putin was inspired by stories of espionage and secret agents. He admired the intelligence officers of the KGB, the Soviet Union's infamous security agency. He often read books about spies and dreamed of becoming one himself. For young Putin, the KGB represented power, mystery, and loyalty to the Soviet state. Joining the ranks of the KGB, Putin's determination led him to study law at Leningrad State University. While there, he joined the Communist Party, aligning himself with the Soviet system. His dedication and intellect caught the attention of KGB recruiters. In 1975, at the age of 23, Putin achieved his dream and joined the KGB as an intelligence officer. His work in the KGB was both challenging and secretive. He was stationed in Dresden, East Germany, during the 1980s, a critical period when the Cold War was at its peak. Putin observed the crumbling Soviet influence in Eastern Europe and the eventual fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. This event deeply affected him, leaving a lasting impression about the fragility of power. The fall of the Soviet Union. The 1990s were a time of turmoil for Russia. The Soviet Union collapsed, leaving behind a struggling economy and a disillusioned population. Putin returned to Saint Petersburg, where he worked in the mayor's office under Anatoly Sobchak, a reformist leader. This marked his transition from intelligence to politics. In the mayor's office, Putin honed his political skills. He managed complex projects, handled negotiations, and built connections with influential figures. Though he kept a low profile, his sharp mind and loyalty did not go unnoticed. The road to the Kremlin. In 1996, Putin moved to Moscow, where he began working for the Kremlin. He rapidly climbed the ranks, impressing Boris Yeltsin, Russia's first president. By 1999, Yeltsin appointed Putin as prime minister. Many viewed him as a quiet, unassuming bureaucrat. Little did they know, he was meticulously preparing for the highest office in the land. When Yeltsin resigned on December 31, 1999, Putin became acting president. In his first televised address, he vowed to restore stability and pride to Russia, a nation still reeling from economic chaos and political corruption. The presidency and beyond Putin's presidency began with a focus on consolidating power. He reined in oligarchs, strengthened state institutions, and launched military campaigns to assert Russian influence. Over the years, his leadership style became synonymous with discipline, control, and nationalism. Despite criticism from the West over human rights and democracy issues, Putin remained immensely popular in Russia. To many, he was the leader who restored their nation's strength and global standing. His journey from a small apartment in Leningrad to the grandeur of the Kremlin is a testament to his resilience and strategic brilliance. This story is not just about one man's rise to power, it's also a tale of ambition, loyalty, and the ever-changing tides of history. It reminds us that greatness often begins in the most unlikely places. Thank you for reading, my dear friends. I hope you found this story as fascinating as I did while narrating it to you. Of course, let us continue the tale of Vladimir Putin, delving deeper into the layers of his journey, his defining moments, and the transformation of Russia under his leadership. Building a legacy, the early years of power. When Vladimir Putin assumed the presidency on December 31st, 1999, Russia was in crisis. The economy was fragile after the devastating financial crash of 1998, and the country was grappling with a war in Chechnya. Putin's first term was marked by a series of bold decisions aimed at stabilizing the nation and asserting Russia's sovereignty. One of his first significant moves was to re-establish control over Russia's oligarchs. These powerful businessmen had amassed enormous wealth during the chaotic privatizations of the 1990s, often at the expense of ordinary citizens. While some oligarchs were allowed to retain their fortunes under Putin's rule, others, like Mikhail Khodorkovsky, faced legal action and imprisonment. This sent a clear message. The state was reclaiming its authority. Putin also sought to address the war in Chechnya. The conflict had left the region devastated and contributed to instability across Russia. His military campaign was brutal but effective, eventually bringing Chechnya under federal control. While the methods were controversial, many Russians viewed this as a necessary step to restore order and security. Economic revival and the rise of energy power. Under Putin's leadership, the Russian economy began to recover. Benefiting from rising oil and gas prices, Putin prioritized the energy sector, making it the backbone of Russia's resurgence. State-controlled companies like Gazprom and Rosneft became major players on the global stage, providing Russia with both economic stability and political leverage. During this time, the average Russian citizen started to feel the benefits of economic growth. Wages increased, infrastructure improved, and poverty rates declined. For many, these changes marked a stark contrast to the hardships of the 1990s, solidifying Putin's popularity. Rewriting the rules, consolidation of power. As Putin's first term came to an end in 2004, he faced the constitutional limit of 2 consecutive presidential terms. However, his political ingenuity ensured he would remain at the helm. In 2008, he stepped down as president, but became prime minister under Dmitry Medvedev, his trusted ally. During this time, Putin was widely regarded as the real power behind the scenes. In 2012, Putin returned to the presidency amid protests and allegations of election irregularities. Undeterred, he extended presidential terms from 4 to 6 years, effectively solidifying his control for years to come. This period also saw increased restrictions on media and opposition, drawing criticism from international observers. Challenges and triumphs on the global stage. Putin's leadership extended beyond Russia's borders. He sought to restore the country's influence as a global superpower, often challenging Western dominance. In 2014, Russia annexed Crimea following a controversial referendum. The move was condemned by Western nations and led to sanctions, but it was celebrated by many Russians as a bold reclaiming of lost territory. Putin's approval ratings soared, highlighting his ability to galvanize national pride. Russia also played a pivotal role in the Syrian civil war, supporting President Bashar al-Assad. Through military intervention, Putin positioned Russia as a decisive player in Middle Eastern politics, further solidifying its status as a global power. The man behind the power. Despite his public persona as a strongman, Putin's personal life has remained shrouded in mystery. He rarely speaks about his family and keeps his private life out of the spotlight. What is known paints the picture of a man deeply dedicated to his work. Putin's love for physical fitness, particularly judo and hockey, has remained a constant throughout his life. These activities not only reflect his disciplined nature, but also serve as metaphors for his leadership style, calculated, strategic, and forceful when necessary. A complex legacy. As we move further into the 21st century, Vladimir Putin's legacy continues to evolve. To some, he is a hero who restored Russia's pride and strength. To others, he is a symbol of authoritarianism and suppression. His story is a complex tapestry of triumphs, controversies, and contradictions. This tale of Vladimir Putin is not just about one man, but also about the nation he leads. It is a story of resilience, ambition, and the pursuit of power. As the pages of history turn, Putin's role in shaping the world will remain a subject of debate and fascination for generations to come. Thank you, my dear friends, for continuing this journey with me. I hope this extended narrative sheds light on the many facets of this remarkable story.